these 5 things seem normal to you, it could be that you're on the autism spectrum. Let's dive in. Autism isn't always in plain sight, and in actual fact, it could be hidden. So the first one I want to talk about here is hidden repetitive behavior. Now, a hidden repetitive behavior is like you may have a certain outfit that you always want to wear, or a certain style that you stick to no matter what. Now, this could be, for me anyway, I have the same hat, but in different colors. So I have the same type of hat. It has to be the same style of hat, but in many different colors. I can wear it with the same type of outfit every single day. And this repetitiveness, this thirst for routine, is a behavioral type that is specifically within autism. And why does this happen? You know, like we order the same food every time we want to order food. Like for me, I love ordering pizza, so I'll just have the same thing every day for maybe a year. And why does that happen? Why does listening to the same part of a song again and again give us comfort? Why do we do this? You know, it's all down to routine and the comfortability of knowing what's next. Autistic individuals have a difficulty with surprise or not knowing what to expect because the world is so chaotic for the autistic brain. We fail to take on board that surprises could happen because everything's basically a surprise. So we can't deal with things that are outside of what we know to be comfortable. We like to predict comfortability. Sitting at home, we like to re-watch the same TV show. We could be watching Friends over and over again. We could be listening to that same 3-track or 4-track playlist. When going for a run, I always listen to the same 4 or 5 songs. Like that's it. If I'm going to listen to something while I'm working, I always listen to those same songs and the same parts of those songs because I know that it gives me comfortable relatability, which means that it can calm my mind so I can do other things. And this is very, very common in autism spectrum conditions. So the next one is heightened senses, but specifically unusual ones, like being able to smell electricity. Electricity has a certain smell, and it happens like if I plug something in to a plug socket or if I'm dealing with electrical equipment, sometimes depending on the severity of the electricity going through those wires, I can actually smell the electricity, and so can many other autistic individuals. I did a whole video all about this and I had some amazing comments about it. These heightened senses don't stop there. It can be getting distressed by flickering light. Now, one of the things that is most interesting, and this is super hidden, autistic individuals can see light flickers from bulbs in lights that are more of the older type of bulbs, not the LEDs, the ones that have the small kind of filament in it. And that will flicker at a certain rate or a certain hertz. And autistic individuals, for the autistic brain, can see that flicker. Another one is actually absorbing other people's emotions. So you have heightened senses, but then you have the ability to absorb people's emotions. Like somebody may be really upset or really happy or really angry or frustrated, and you will almost absorb that and then take that on board as how you're feeling, and which is super interesting. This is something that is so reminiscent of autism. They say autistic individuals lack empathy, but it's more of a deeper feeling of absorbing or taking on board that person's emotions in that moment in time. I find this absolutely fascinating, and it happens to me all the time. We're so heightened in our senses, small things that don't really annoy other people really annoy us. And for instance, if I've got my Roomba on and it's, hoovering the living room or vacuuming the living room, the noise is so intense. Sometimes I just have to turn it off and I'll just do the sweeping myself because I can't deal with the constant hum from the Roomba. Now, if I just called you out, you have to leave me a comment down below. I got you. It's so interesting as well because these traits of autism that, the noise that we have to deal with the Roomba, maybe it's noise from your children, maybe it's other noises that bother you in life, like the air fryer or something. It's kind of like we're being overly exposed to a natural ABA therapy almost, like we're being exposed to these noises and we have to deal with it. And it's kind of a harsh therapy to try and get used to something. The next one I want to talk about is direct, brutal honesty. Now, this is something that autistic individuals will come across in their time of being an adult, and autistic adults always get this. Like my partner, she'll ask if I like her outfit or does this outfit look good, and I'm just honest. If it doesn't look good, if I don't think it looks good, I'll say no. But very bluntly, very honestly, I guess there's a tactful way of saying it, but autistic individuals will just be directly honest and to the point. Maybe they'll suggest another outfit, but they'll be very honest in the approach. If my partner asks me, hey, we should go out, let's go out, And I'm like, no. And then I'll carry on with something else. And so we tend to think about the bigger picture here that you wouldn't normally see is that, oh, this person doesn't want to go out, but why doesn't this person want to go out? And in what aspect have they said no? I suppose there's an etiquette and a protocol to say no to somebody if they're saying, hey, we should go to the club or we should go to the store or the mall or whatever. Autistic individuals may have difficulty with understanding flattery, or if someone is flirting with them. Like if somebody's flirting with them, they may not really realize that they're flirting and then just carry on talking about the thing that they are talking about. And this is because those social cues were never taught. We learn these as we grow up, but autistic individuals are having a hard time dealing with the entire world around them, that they forget to pick up on these social signals, or they have the inability to pick up on these social signals that are just a given for people in the world. Now, if I just called you out, you have to give this video a thumbs up. And I'd love to know if any of these things resonate with you. Oh, also, my name is Dan, by the way, and I have autism and ADHD. So I release videos like this pretty much every week. So if you want to learn more about this stuff, then just remember to hit the subscribe button by clicking the notification bell down below. And follow along on Facebook if you're watching on there too. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is really interesting. It's got a bizarre name. It's Allodynia. Now, it is a weird name, but it's a weirder experience. Allodynia is something that autistic individuals experience and pretty much nobody else does. Now, this is hearing a word and getting pain from that. So if you hear a word, a certain word, but you feel physical pain from it, this is Allodynia. And it's so interesting because sometimes you can hear a word or you can hear a noise of something like the dishes clanking or whatever, and that can actually impact you and hurt you. If you think about the bigger aspect of it, autistic individuals will believe, well, everybody does this, right? Everyone feels pain when the dishes clank together. And I have one where maybe you have a difficulty with temperature change. Like if the water is always cold for you, if somebody changes it to suddenly be a little bit warmer, this is painful, even though it's not actually painful for them, it's painful for you in your experience and how you deal with it, because sudden changes in water temperature can actually be another version of this allodynia. Okay, so the next one is intense personality. Now, autistic individuals are known for having an intense personality, but what does this mean? An intense personality is like, I'm obsessed with marketing and like social media influencing and all that stuff and business marketing. And I will spend all my time. I listen to podcasts about marketing. I only watch podcasting or marketing kind of videos and documentaries. And I will tell anybody about this as well. So having an intense interest in things is a reflection of an intense personality. And autistic adults display this, but it's hidden because people just think, oh, they're interested in something. But it's more than being interested. It's intensely interested. Okay, so this next one is really interesting. Actually, it's probably the most non-spoken about one, and it definitely relates to autism because it's stimming. It's visual stimming. But before we get into that, if you guys are struggling with autism and you're wanting to learn more, I actually open a free call that you can book with me. It's a free 15-minute discovery call where we can see how me or my website can help you. Maybe you could do coaching one-on-one with me. It depends what it is you're after, but I do offer those services. So if you just go to theaspieworld.com/booking, or you can click the link in the description of this video. So visual stimming is really interesting. This is finding comfort or finding a comfort relatability in unusual visual objects. Like it could be looking at the straight line of a piece of wood or a desk or something. It could be laying down and having the folds of the curtain and looking directly down those kind of folds, because these things stimulate the self-soothing behavior of repetitiveness. Like a big long line is repetitive. It's just a line that goes on for ages. Or like spinning a coin and watching a coin spin. I could do this for hours, watching a coin spin and spinning around, because those things are comfortable. We can see and relate to that. We have no surprises. We know that these things are calming, which gives the autistic individual more calm, and then we want to do that more. We seek to find out more and to be more calm.